We're back! Racewagen Season 2 is here, and we are super excited to be working with Hawk on this episode. We are giving away 3 bottles of Hawk Racing Brake Fluid, HP600. So you can use it in your track day, you can use it in your track car, you can use it in your street car, but it'll be completely free. Our favorite comment on this episode is gonna get it. All right, Season 2, let's talk. Car is largely sorted from Season 1. As a reminder, we have our awesome H&R suspension, absorbed bumps fabulously all last season. We have our Goodyear Supercar 3Rs, and this year Goodyear's coming to the table with a couple of sets for us, so we're gonna run a little bit wider later in the season and see how the narrow tire compares to the wide tire. We're also excited to be working with Wavetrack. If you don't know who they are, they make limited slip differentials that you can retrofit into your car. And we are very excited to have that in the car. If you remember from Season 1, we have a lot of one-wheel burnouts as we go over crests or really high load on the car. And this season, we should be powering out of those turns with that Wavetrack differential. Also for Season 2, I'm trying to get you all some better audio so you can better hear the exchange with what Ellen and I are talking about, or what our instructors are talking about, or what our passengers are talking about. So I am installing permanently mounted mics that we can then overlay on the GoPro videos, and I think that'll give everybody a much better viewing experience, and I'm excited to see what all is really said when the shit hits the fan. Ooh, can I say shit? We are working in my home garage, and we probably will be this whole season because we want to show just how easy all of this is. So what we're working on here today is helmet comms. I have my helmet here, and as you can see there, I have started the assembly of the comms, but I have a core problem. The aircraft interface plug here is too big for the hole in my pass-through that will sit on the helmet. So I'm going to figure that out. I think we're in business. So you can see the threaded side. Boom. Locks. Right? That little collar is perfect. And then on this side, I've just fished all the pins through the threaded butt here. And that should be it. We got one down. Cheek pad is installed. Helmet fits. I think. Ellen's helmet is a little different. I have the pre-wired mic that just has a regular headphone jack because her helmet has the headphones in it. But I got to put her mic in the mouthpiece. This will go up there, and then I'll reassemble it. But we have the same dilemma that this style plug won't go through that, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to mount it, and unfortunately I can't unscrew this one like I did the others, so I don't know, off to the drawing board. Cool, that worked. I got a little circlip in there, turn it upside down so it can't fall out. I'll still add a little bit of glue just to make sure everything fits, but I think we're in business. There's a little bit of extra cable than I'd care for, but it is what it is. Do you hear me? Hello. Oh man, I hear me. Well, I hear tapping. Mic works. Well, the best laid plans are only as good as they are accurate. And we had some hiccups for our first race of the year. We got the car back from our buddies at German Auto Pros from putting the diff in. We got it back the day of Test and Tune, which meant we actually missed our Test and Tune window for MidOhio with NASA Great Lakes and had to wait until Saturday to really shake the car down.
So it's Saturday morning. We're here to do HPDE 3, get right into it. But before we go out on track, we have to check the fluids and change the tires, check the pads, because we haven't had a chance to really look over the car. So we need to swap the OE pads to our Hawk HP Plus pads, which Chris hopefully has in the trailer. Shake it down and warm up and then go from there. Grip.
Still no grip?
Not yet. Woo! Nope. No grip. Hey, they took that thing down that was there. There's a tunnel. Pew! Pew! I forgot what it felt like to go that fast. So that was fun to relearn. It was also kind of interesting to see that I picked up trusting in the car again, because like I said, I was nervous having not had the car and being able to drive it and really test it beforehand. But it quickly comes back and you can just put trust in the brakes again. And that was kind of cool to see that I had that still, because I thought it wasn't there. Through some of the turns, I didn't have as much grip as I thought I was going to have, which I don't know if we needed to take air pressure out or if it's just the adjustment of the diff. I'd like to talk to Chris about that, see if it was just me or if it's the tires heating up. But it was a good first couple laps. Pretty slow, but we'll get there. I was nervous. Having not had the car, I was like, okay, what's gonna go wrong? So you never know. So I was taking it easy, but I think I'll be able to get back up there by the end of the weekend, back to where I was at the end of last year.
The Wavetrack is sending power to both wheels now. So before, you didn't have any power to pull out of a turn because it was just one wheel burnout.
Right.
Well, now you have some power, so now we finally get to balance the rear of the car.
Okay. Yeah, because it felt like as I was turning in, I wasn't even going that fast and it just wanted to like come around and I was like, I'm barely even giving it any.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, try that. I think you could probably take some pressure out. Do you take pressure out of all four?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Took 5 rounds,
Okay.
all of them. Yeah, so last session, the first lap we did the side-by-side drill. I was with an FRS that I think was evenly matched. He has a lot more experience than I did, but I think it was a good pairing. We were able to stay actually pretty close to each other the whole way around the track. For me, learning to stay with someone in the turns is still something I have to learn and work on, but it'll come with experience. And then the second lap, we did mini passing, so I was with the same guy and we passed and passed and passed that next lap around, which was a lot of fun. Again, his experience, I was able to learn from him because he knows what lines to take when you're passing someone versus just by yourself going the paces, I guess. And then after that was full course green, and we were able to get some hot laps in, and because it's warmed up and the car has started to warm up, I had a lot more grip in the corners. Coming down keyhole, one of the things I'd like to work on is changing up my braking points. I think I can brake a little later, but I was carrying too much speed into the keyhole, so it was really pushing me out and I scrubbed a lot of speed off. So that's something I would like to consciously work on in our next session. But for 2 of the first laps, we're going to be doing 3 wide, but it's like a gauntlet drill is what they call it. So it's going to be 10 cars, 2 lines, and then people in the back come up and they come through and just you keep filtering up through the center of the group. So we'll do that for 2 laps all the way around the course, and then we'll be full course green.
All right, so you got your fastest lap ever period, not just today, right?
Yeah, it's been increasing every day. So like the past session was the best one. No, this one is the best one.
Okay, so you're comping, but you're all the way faster than last year.
Yes.
And we're on the Supercar 3Rs from Goodyear from last year.
Yep.
So really, we have similar everything other than the Wavetrack diff is helping you exit some corners.
And brakes, which have been performing pretty well.
Oh, and yeah, I forgot we turned off the traction control, so that's not slowing you down
Yeah.
anymore.
Yep.
You have ABS, and that's all we just did through the Magcom. Okay, so you're set up pretty well. Fluid's all good.
Yeah, so far. I need to check them. I was letting it cool a little bit before
Okay.
we check anything.
And your comms are all working?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we've been keeping track of the tire pressures. We've been letting out pressure all day long as it warms up, so I think it's been making.
All right, so unfortunately we didn't have the best weekend at Mid-Ohio. Ellen did remember how to drive. She went her personal best, but we did have a break on the last session of the day. Looks like we got an axle pop out of the diff. Should be able to straighten that out with German Auto Pros. But I want to remind everybody, if you've made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe, because our favorite comment is going to get 3 bottles of HP 600 Hawk Racing Brake Fluid. I am personally going to ship you these myself. So, best comment wins. Have at it.